Basic Rasengan. This right here is literally the origin point of a whole damn jutsu system we're about to dive into. Rasengan, cooked up by Minato himself. He came up with it after watching the insane power of the Bijuu Ball. His goal was simple: make a human-sized weapon that mimics that beast bomb's mechanics, all to protect Kushina from anyone crazy enough to abuse Bijuu power. 3 years of non-stop grind, and he created the peak of chakra shape transformation. This jutsu doesn't need hand signs, bro. You just focus chakra into your palm and spin it in multiple directions until it forms this perfect little sphere. Once it's ready, it doesn't drain any more chakra, but the moment it lands, dude, it straight up shreds the target like a blender on max speed. The concept sounds simple, but pulling it off is insanely tough. The reward, though? A pure one-hit KO move. And fun fact, the original name was long as hell, like some goofy love confession. Halo Frozen Dessert, Hair World Jiraiya Twin Formula Sphere. Thankfully, Kushina was like, nah, stop right there. Otherwise, enemies would literally die before even knowing the name of the move just wrecked them. Spiraling Serial Spheres. Remember that scene where Jiraiya was teaching Naruto the Rasengan? That's when we first saw the spiraling serial spheres, basically the double-handed version of the regular Rasengan. This lets the user whip up 2 Rasengan at the same time, one in each hand. You can either smash 2 different enemies at once for that divide and conquer flex, or just dump both into one poor dude for a ridiculously devastating double impact. Short version? 2 hands, 2 chakra nukes. Big Ball Rasengan. So picture this. Naruto literally stumbles into making history while just trying to break out of a genjutsu. That's exactly how the Big Ball Rasengan was born, a lucky accident during 2.5 years of training with Jiraiya. When his chakra overflowed and went totally out of control, Naruto accidentally cracked the formula to level Rasengan up to a whole new tier. At its core, Big Ball Rasengan still works the same way as the OG, but the absolutely insane amount of chakra jammed inside. You know, denser energy equals instant explosive power on impact. At the end of the day, yeah, it's basically a bigger Rasengan. If you've seen my video about Sharingan Genjutsu, you'll know a ton of insanely strong illusion moves don't even have names. But Rasengan's a different story, probably because every time someone uses it, they yell the name out loud, so every version ends up getting its own name. Big Ball Spiraling Serial Spheres. Yeah, this is basically just Naruto flexing with double trouble. The dude whips out 2 Big Ball Rasengan, one in each hand, and slams them down at the same time. The result? Literally double the destructive force, like getting hit by 2 wrecking balls made of pure chakra madness. For a second, 1 like equals 1 chakra orb for Hagoromo. 1 subscribe opens another timeline where Madara finally wins the war. So, what timeline are you choosing? If this video leveled up your ninja knowledge, don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell like it's a summoning jutsu. We've got more god-tier breakdowns coming. Sharingan, Jugan, even Shibai Otsutsuki's divine powers. You don't want to miss that. And hey, comment your favorite Rinnegan user below. Let's see whose fanbase is strongest in the comments. Big Ball Spiraling Serial Zone Spheres. Alright, so this is basically the same move as the one above, but Naruto said, what if more balls? Instead of just 2, he goes full Kage Bunshin spam and pops out an entire squad, every clone lugging around their own gigantic Big Ball Rasengan like it's Chakra Costco. The terrifying part is the strategy. These dudes line up shoulder to shoulder and charge in like some discount Power Rangers formation, all smashing at once. The result? A wall of blender balls crashing down, a horizontal wave of absolute destruction that's totally impossible to escape. Planetary Rasengan. A very fancy name. You got 1 massive Big Ball Rasengan in the middle, and 3 regular Rasengan orbiting around it like satellites circling a planet. Each of those spheres spins in a different direction, so when they all crash together, it creates this absolutely chaotic swirl of energy. The result is a violent chakra storm that's so insane. Even Edo Tensei Shinobi, the dudes who normally regenerate instantly, need actual time to pull themselves back together. Spiraling Absorption Sphere. At its core, this move still runs on the Big Ball Rasengan as the main piece. Naruto uses his chakra arms to form a massive Rasengan, tosses it behind him, then whips out more chakra arms to grab the enemy and slam them straight into the energy sphere. The whole strategy creates this brutal absorption effect, sucking the opponent right into the Rasengan and tearing them apart with absolutely ruthless efficiency. Ultra Big Ball Rasengan. This is basically the oversized upgrade of the Big Ball Rasengan, huge as hell, and formed in an instant. The destructive force is absolutely wild, blasting out a shockwave strong enough to blow away any shinobi who doesn't throw up defenses in time. The technique pumps out so much raw energy that it completely overwhelmed Delta's terrifying chakra absorption tech. We've got Rasengan, bigger Rasengan, and super big Rasengan, so of course we gotta have the tiny Rasengan. Instead of expanding like the other versions, Boruto flipped the script. He compresses and shrinks the Rasengan to its absolute limit by layering it with his other hand. The result is a piercing weapon that can stab straight through targets with almost zero resistance, basically like firing a gun. But this insane power comes with a nasty drawback. The recoil is so strong it can seriously mess up the user's arm.
Super Compression Rasengan. This is where peak teamwork kicks in, the Super Compression Rasengan. Mitsuki powers it up with Senjutsu Chakra, Sarada boosts the impact force, and Boruto stacks in his Compression Rasengan. Together, they create an absolutely perfect weapon, strong enough to pierce straight through Deepa's supposedly unbreakable carbon armor. Deep Crimson Spiral. This is the one used by an Otsutsuki. Momoshiki unseals the Rasengan from his Rinnegan and cranks the chakra amplification to an absolutely terrifying level, turning it deep crimson in color. The size blows up to a massive scale, easily rivaling Boruto's own amped-up Rasengan. Gentle Wind Spiraling Twin Lion Fists, Snow White. This one pops up in Naruto the Last. At that point, Naruto and Hinata combine their power to form a gigantic lion head packed with a Rasengan that's literally double empowered. The destructive force was so insanely strong, it completely obliterated the legendary Otsutsuki Tenseigen, parent and child Rasengan. This is basically a super oversized Rasengan. Boruto starts with this tiny baby Rasengan, then Naruto grabs his kid's hand and just absolutely pumps his chakra into it. Boom. Suddenly the thing balloons into a massive energy sphere, so big it literally covers both of them. The power is insane. It hits Momoshiki Otsutsuki, completely obliterates his Rinnegan amped Rasengan and his tailed beast ball, and even wipes out the god tree like it's nothing. For the short version, it's just one ridiculously huge Rasengan made by father and son together. And fun fact, by that same definition, there's actually another, parent and child Rasengan. Way back in Naruto, when Minato and Naruto, both juiced up in Ninetales mode, teamed up to drop a Rasengan the size of a damn mountain during the Fourth Ninja War. Rasengan, Unison. This one's the scary power of Karma Sync. It's called Rasengan Unison. Basically, both dudes pop their karma at the exact same time, and one of them just channels a fat load of energy into the other. That instantly supercharges the Rasengan, making it way bigger, way meaner, and absolutely explosive as hell. You could totally call it an Otsutsuki-level vibe of perfect harmony, but like, weaponized. Rasengan Uzuhiko. This is literally Boruto flexing on the laws of physics. Instead of just dumping his own chakra, my guy taps into planetary chakra. Yeah, you heard me. He hijacks the Earth's rotation and orbit, turning the whole planet into his personal battery. That's disgustingly genius. Now, the setup is crazy precise. The user has to stay locked to the ground with both feet, sucking up that planetary juice, and the longer he charges, the nastier the Rasengan gets. Once he slams that planetary chakra into his enemy, it causes permanent vertigo. Like, you'll be dizzy forever unless Boruto cancels it, or, the Earth stops spinning. At full blast, Uzuhiko can one-shot someone instantly, just delete him out of existence with a swirling vortex of pure planetary rage. Even when it's not maxed, it still cooks you from the inside and leaves you mentally fried. Honestly, this is hands down one of the most dangerous and ridiculously creative Rasengan evolutions ever. Sage Art, Magnet Release Rasengan. This is the crazy variant Naruto pulled off after getting the Sage of Six Paths power. The Sage Art, Magnet Release Rasengan. He combined Rasengan with Shukaku's Magnet Release, massively boosting its suction power and creating those signature cursed seal markings from the Bijuu. When this thing smacks a target, the markings instantly spread across their body and totally immobilize them. It's absolutely a breakthrough fusion of Sage Chakra and Bijuu power, and on top of its brutal attack strength, this version also comes with insane sealing ability. Magnet Release, Spiral Jet Black. With this one, Naruto whips up that Magnet Release Rasengan on one side, while Sasuke charges in with his super enhanced Chidori from the other. Together, they pull off the cleanest pincer attack ever. When both jutsu smash the target at the same time, the cursed seal markings from the Rasengan instantly lock down their movements, turning the enemy into a total sitting duck with absolutely zero escape. Spiraling Bullet. This one's another super tiny Rasengan, the Spiraling Bullet. The user literally gathers chakra with just 2 fingers, condensing it into a mini Rasengan, then shoots it from a distance like a freaking sniper round. The penetrative power is absolutely brutal. It pierces straight through the target and still blasts them off their feet completely. Spiraling Strife Spheres. This is where Ninetales chakra mode went absolutely crazy. Naruto pops out chakra arms to form a whole bunch of Rasengan floating over his head like a deadly arsenal, then uses even more arms to grab each one and slam them straight into multiple enemies at the same time. It's basically the ultimate crowd control flex, turning him into a multi-target destroyer. Student and Teacher, Rasengan. You might think this is just another parent and child Rasengan, but nah, it's actually way closer to spiraling serial spheres. Instead of one dude going double-handed and dropping 2 Rasengan at once, this time it's teacher and student each pulling out 1 Rasengan side by side. Yeah, that's it. Tailed Beast Rasengan. This one's easily one of Naruto's most insane but unfinished moves. Basically, it was his bold attempt to cook up a substitute for the Tailed Beast Ball by using the Rasengan as the base. Following Killer Bee's advice, Naruto had to rely on chakra arms instead of shadow clones to pull this off in Ninetales chakra mode. The real nightmare here was keeping that perfect 8-2 ratio between black and white chakra. That balance was so ridiculously tough that even in full Ninetales chakra mode, Naruto's hands got straight up messed up during training. And the thing? This Rasengan was insanely heavy thanks to the ultra-dense Ninetales chakra, to the point Naruto could barely even hold it up. Sage Art, many ultra-big ball spiraling serial spheres. This move is one of a kind, and Naruto pulls it off using the nature energy he collects while in Toad Sage mode. To kick things off, he unleashes his multi-shadow clone jutsu, creating a ton of clones. Each clone then forms their own Rasengan. After that, both Naruto and his clones pump those Rasengans full of the nature energy they've gathered. With all that natural power packed in, the Rasengans grow way bigger and hit way harder. This move was so stupidly strong it could straight up overpower and even knock Kurama flying in Naruto. Vanishing Rasengan. This is a totally fresh lightning release spin on the classic move. The way it works is insanely slick. Boruto forms a small Rasengan, tosses it, and mid-flight the lightning release suddenly kicks in, making the whole thing go completely invisible. That's tactical genius, because the enemy thinks the attack just fizzled out, only to get smacked by a totally unexpected hit. But yeah, like Kakashi broke down, the raw damage is noticeably weaker than a normal Rasengan, so it's still kinda incomplete. Even Momoshiki pointed out it won't land a fatal blow, but if it nails a pressure point, the pain is absolutely undeniable. This move is perfect for messing with opponents' heads and opening them up for a real nasty follow-up. Wind Release, Rasengan. Yo-yo, now we're talking about a straight-up legendary milestone in Rasengan history, the Wind Release Rasengan. This baby right here is Naruto's brainchild, the move he cooked up to finally finish his dad Minato's unfinished dream. See, Minato once tried to fuse Rasengan with his own chakra nature, but bro, that mission was literally so insane he couldn't crack it before he sacrificed himself. Naruto described learning this technique as like trying to look left and right at the same time. Basically peak-level chakra control madness that only the realest ninjas could even dream of pulling off. But Naruto actually pulled it off using his shadow clone cheat code. He'd provide the chakra, one clone would shape the sphere, and another clone would inject the wind nature. Yeah, this is the baby version of Rasen Shuriken. Typhoon Water Vortex. This move uses the crazy spinning power of wind release, Rasengan, to suck up all the water from water release, tearing torrent, and boom, it makes a massive cloud of steam. Once it's activated, the insane wind starts swirling inside that thick fog, turning it into a legit solid barrier. And that mist? bro. It's spun up so hard by the Rasengan that it completely steals your enemy's vision. That alone makes it a super deadly tactical weapon. You can totally use it like a smokescreen to dip out, but the chaos it creates also sets up absolutely lethal surprise attacks. Wind Release, Rasen Shuriken. We now hit it in the absolute peak of Rasengan evolution, the Wind Release, Rasen Shuriken. Once he pumps that wind chakra into the base Rasengan, 4 massive blades of chakra spin around the core, making it look exactly like a giant Fuma Shuriken. And when it's ready, it lets out this crazy high-pitched screech that just screams, "Don't mess with me." Now, Rasen Shuriken's destruction game is literally insane. When it smashes into something, or even just travels far enough, the central core detonates, creating a wild tornado of wind. Inside that storm are millions of microscopic wind blades, so tiny and so many that even the freaking Sharingan can't keep count. These bad boys slice through every single cell in your body and completely sever your connection to the chakra network. That makes it an absolute hard counter. If you eat this hit, you straight up lose the ability to create or control chakra ever again. No healing jutsu, no medical ninjutsu, nothing can fix that damage. Tsunade herself said this jutsu is basically like poison. Even if you survive, you're done using ninjutsu forever. Wind Release, Spiraling Barrier. Konohamaru actually went wild and made his own defensive move. Dude straight up uses a Rasengan as the core, then spreads it out with wind chakra to build this insanely strong wall of air. Well, this barrier is tough enough to block a damn Chidori. Like, bro, that's an absolute defensive breakthrough right there. If we got mini Rasengan, then of course we gotta have mini Rasen Shuriken too. When Naruto's in Ninetales chakra mode, he pops out 2 tiny chakra arms from his index finger and shapes this bad boy. And bro, this thing is so sharp, it literally sliced clean through a white Zetsu clone's leg like it was nothing. Straight disrespectful. But honestly, Naruto was just kinda testing it out. This move was more of a flex than a real battle technique. Sage Art, Super-Tailed Beast Rasen Shuriken. Alright fam, this is the ultimate move, the one Jinno straight up called the greatest ninjutsu of all time. We're talking about Naruto's Sage Art, Super-Tailed Beast Rasen Shuriken, powered by none other than the Sage of Six Paths Blessing. Here's the deal. Naruto whips out 8 shadow clones, and each clone cooks up a Rasen Shuriken infused with the unique chakra of a different tailed beast. The strategy? Genius. Naruto had no clue which chakra would actually mess with Kaguya, so he went full shotgun mode, 9 different flavors of chakra, just to guarantee maximum damage. When all 9 Rasen Shuriken blast off at once, the explosions are absolutely spectacular, like nukes going off in HD. And the power combo here is insane. Rasen Shuriken, Sage Chakra, and Tailed Beast Chakra all rolled into one ridiculous package. Even though Kaguya didn't take heavy damage, the real trick was the resonance. The Tailed Beast Chakra inside the Rasen Shuriken synced up with the chakra of the tailed beasts trapped in her body, and it messed her up so badly she couldn't even keep her humanoid form. That's how stupidly powerful this move was. Scorch Release Halo Hurricane Jet Black Arrow Style 0. This is straight up the perfect mashup of Naruto's Wind Release, Rasen Shuriken, and Sasuke's release, Kagutsuchi. What makes it so insanely destructive is how perfectly the wind and fire are balanced. Once those two fuse, the black flames of Amaterasu get amplified to a totally terrifying level, creating this massive jet-black tornado that can literally swallow anything in its path. The first large-scale version? Absolute madness. When Naruto's Ultra Big Ball Rasen Shuriken smashed into Sasuke's Susanoo Kagutsuchi arrow, the collision formed a gigantic flaming wheel in the sky. And trust me, no matter who the unlucky target is, once this technique lands, they're getting blasted away and completely wrapped up in those inextinguishable black flames. Six Paths Ultra Big Ball Rasen Shuriken. This is the exact moment Naruto fully stepped into God mode in the ninja world. This move is the ultimate combo of Six Path Senjutsu and Kurama's Raw Ninetales power, fused into one absolute monster of a technique. To even cook this up, Naruto had to summon 2 shadow clones of his entire chakra construct, then fuse them all together into this 3-faced, 6-armed divine beast of an avatar. Already sounds stupidly busted, right? But here's the craziest flex. This form lets Naruto dual-wield Rasen Shuriken like some cosmic-level boss. Right hand, he's holding the Six Paths Big Ball Rasen Shuriken. Left hand, he's gripping the Tailed Beast Ball Rasen Shuriken. Both of them juiced up with natural energy. That's basically 2 nukes in each hand. And yeah, the power was straight up legendary. This was the only thing that could go head to head with Sasuke's most broken move, the Indra Arrow. Wind Release. Ultra Big Ball Rasen Shuriken. If we got the Ultra Big Ball Rasengan, then of course we're leveling up into the Ultra Big Ball Rasen Shuriken. When Naruto pops Nine Tails Chakra mode, he uses those extra chakra arms to stretch this Rasen Shuriken into something absolutely massive, like bigger than Gamma Kichi massive. This thing is so wild it actually takes 4 hands to control, not 3 like the regular giant version. That alone shows how insanely complex and ridiculously tough it is to keep this monster of chakra stable. And yeah, it's basically the ultimate weapon when you gotta deal with enemies rocking crazy strong defenses. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.